Komorebi is a Japanese aesthetic that refers to the delicate interplay of sunlight filtering through trees, creating a natural and dappled light effect. While the term itself directly translates to sunlight leaking through trees. Ki, tree, more, leaking, and heat, sunlight. Its deeper cultural significance reflects Japan's long-standing appreciation of nature, light, and fleeting beauty. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Gensetsu, and I'm a fine art photographer and shakuhachi player with a deep passion for Japanese aesthetics. Here's an overview of the history and context behind this aesthetic. 1. Roots in Shinto and nature reverence. The appreciation of Komorebi can be traced back to Shinto, Japan's indigenous spiritual tradition, which emphasizes a deep reverence for nature. In Shinto, natural phenomena such as trees, rivers, mountains, and even sunlight are often seen as manifestations of the divine or sacred spirits called kami. Sacred trees called shinboku are frequently worshipped in shrines and considered pathways to the spiritual world. Komorebi, being a natural phenomenon created by sunlight interacting with trees, fits well within this spiritual context. The way light filters through leaves and creates a tranquil, almost otherworldly atmosphere is seen as a connection to the sacredness of nature. This aesthetic appreciation extends to all aspects of Japanese culture, especially in art and architecture. 2. A connection to wabi-sabi. Komorebi also reflects the principles of wabi-sabi, a key Japanese aesthetic that centers on the beauty of imperfection, transience, and the natural world. The fleeting nature of the light, as it shifts and changes with the wind and the time of day, mirrors the wabi-sabi philosophy of embracing impermanence. Just like the seasons or passing of time, a moment of Komorebi cannot be replicated exactly, giving it a sense of preciousness. This aligns with the broader Japanese cultural theme of mono no aware, the awareness of the impermanence of things, and the subtle beauty found in this fleeting nature. Komorebi, like cherry blossoms in spring or the colors of momiji in autumn, is a transient phenomenon that invites quiet contemplation of the passage of time. 3. Influence on traditional Japanese gardens. Japanese gardens are designed with nature and balance in mind, often incorporating elements of light and shadow to evoke a sense of calm and harmony. Komorebi plays a subtle but significant role in these gardens. Trees and plants are arranged to allow light to filter through in specific ways, casting dappled patterns on mossy grounds, rocks, or ponds. This effect adds layers of depth and texture to the garden, enhancing its tranquility. In the Roji tea house garden style, you'll find many trees planted, often forming a canopy over a beautiful carpet of moss. This canopy of trees creates a deep shade that highlights the Komorebi glimmering light that passes through. The amount of light, brightness of the sun, time of day, clouds, and wind on the leaves all play a role in creating a garden scene that will never be replicated. Every moment and viewing is unique. Garden designers and architects, especially in classical Japanese garden design, have always been mindful of how light moves through space. The awareness is part of the reason Komorebi has been integrated into places of meditation and reflection, such as temple gardens in Kyoto, where the light filtering through the leaves is considered part of the overall aesthetic experience. 4. Influence in Japanese art and literature. Komorebi is also reflected in Japanese art and literature, particularly in poetry, woodblock prints, ukiyo-e, and ink paintings, sumie. Traditional haiku poets, including Basho and Buson, often reference natural light, shadows, and the way light interacts with the environment in their short, evocative verses. Komorebi ni mai ochiru hayo, aki no kaze, In the dappled light, leaves dance as they fall gently, carried by autumn winds. These works typically capture small, transient moments, such as the dappled light through trees, that hold a deep emotional resonance. In visual arts, woodblock prints often depict serene, natural landscapes with intricate detail in light and shadow, suggesting the influence of Komorebi. Mori no naka, komorebi yurete, shizuke sayo. Deep within the woods, sunlight flickers through the leaves. Quiet fills the air. Artists like Hiroshige and Hokusai portrayed natural scenery with dynamic lighting, emphasizing the interplay between light, shadow, and the natural environment. Komorebi ni shizuka na jikan, tori no koe. In the dappled light, time flows gently and still. Birds sing in the calm. 5. Modern interpretations. In contemporary Japanese culture, Komorebi has retained its aesthetic value, influencing not just art and gardens, but also architecture and interior design. Modern architects in Japan often use large windows or open spaces to allow natural light to flow into buildings in ways that mimic the soft, diffused quality of Komorebi. This approach reflects a desire to harmonize indoor and outdoor spaces, bringing the calming and ephemeral beauty of natural light into daily life. Additionally, Komorebi is increasingly recognized globally as an expression of the Japanese aesthetic appreciation of nature. Photographers, filmmakers, and designers have adopted this concept to create mood and atmosphere in their works, capturing the unique effect of sunlight breaking through the leaves. The history of Komorebi is deeply intertwined with Japan's spiritual, philosophical, and artistic traditions. It encapsulates the Japanese reverence for nature, the appreciation of fleeting beauty, and the cultural emphasis on harmony between light and shadow. Asatsuyu ni komorebi utsuru hikari no michi. Morning dew reflects sunlight filtering through trees, a path of bright light. Whether experienced in a quiet forest, a tranquil garden, or through the lens of a camera, Komorebi remains a cherished aesthetic that continues to inspire both ancient and modern expressions of beauty. To explore how to use Komorebi in your photography, then check out my next video.